What's up, everybody? My name is Jesse, and today I want to talk to you about the brand new Dell XPS 13 2-in-1 and why I decided to return it as soon as I opened the box. Okay, as far as the actual big reason why I decided to return this as soon as I opened the box, we'll get to that in a minute. But first, there's a few things I want to cover about this compared to other devices that are in its class, like the Microsoft Surface Pro, that this just seems to have taken some shortcuts and doesn't seem to be quite as great of a product. So the first thing is that this device actually lacks a kickstand. It is a Windows tablet, but it is just a tablet. There is no kickstand at all on the back. You need the optional keyboard cover, which is an extra $100. And I did get that, and most people probably will, so maybe this kind of isn't that big of a deal. But there are other issues here. The kickstand is the back of this keyboard. It connects and uses magnets. So there's only 3 positions. This is the most upright position. This is the second position, which is a little more laid back. This is the third position, which is laid back as it gets. And honestly, I don't like this. I think a little bit more laid back would be nice. But even better would be something like the Surface Pro, where it has an infinitely variable hinge and can go back at any point. You just push down the top and it just bends back. And the hinge is built into the Surface Pro, so it stays out of the way and keeps the back of this device flat. But this thing, it kind of was like an afterthought. It was like they built a tablet and then went, oh wait, we need to make a kickstand. How does it stand up? So I kind of don't like this. And when you go a little bit further, then that's it. It's off. So there's only those 3 positions, and that leaves something to be desired. Now, as far as something I actually really do like about this device, the device itself, the tablet, is only 1.6 pounds, which is really light, and I believe it's actually lighter than the Surface Pros are. So it's really cool that it's, really light, but that also has some downsides because this keyboard is 1.2 pounds. So when you connect the 2 devices together and you're holding it like this, it's now almost 3 pounds, and I kind of feel like you might have should have just bought an Ultrabook, which is just under 3 pounds. This thing feels really heavy for a tablet and has the compromises of a tablet and a tablet-type keyboard, but has the weight of a full-on Ultrabook laptop. So it kind of is a little bit of a weird device, and I'm not sure exactly who the customer for this device is. And while we're here, let's talk about that keyboard. The keyboard is, the keys feel okay. They don't feel amazing. They don't feel terrible. They feel similar to, what you would expect on maybe like the Surface Pro. But this keyboard is a lot thicker and a lot heavier because the bottom base of this it's actually metal and not carbon fiber like the Surface Pro. So that was another thing that I'm not sure why they didn't go with carbon fiber. Maybe it was a cost thing. This device is about $200 cheaper than an equivalently equipped Surface Pro, so that might be the reason why. But it seems like a little bit of a odd compromise. And the other thing I wanted to point out is this keyboard is pretty thick. I think it's actually thicker than the Surface Pro's keyboard. And when it's down, it lays flat. On the Surface Pro, you can kind of do this bend thing where it goes up there and then it tilts down to the bottom. So it gives you a little bit of an angle. This is perfectly flat on the desk, so that might be something that you would get used to over time, or that might be something that doesn't bother you. But to me, it felt a little bit awkward, and it was something I didn't like. Another odd design choice was they upgraded the rear camera. Supposedly this is a 4K camera, and it protrudes out of the back. If you can see from this angle, I don't know, but it sticks out a little bit, similar to how most cameras on phones nowadays do. And on a phone, I think that's kind of acceptable because we use the cameras in those and we need the cameras in those. But whoever's buying this is probably already going to have the latest iPhone or the latest Galaxy S22 Ultra or something and already have great cameras. So I question who's going to be walking around using this as their camera or as their, to record video. It's a big bulky device and the cameras are nowhere near as good as they are on cell phones. but it has this big lump out of the back that's probably going to get knocked around and seems just weird. And another thing that bothered me about this device is this device just came out 2 weeks ago at the beginning of September 2022, and there was already a lot of updates that needed to be downloaded immediately. There was obviously all the Windows updates, and then there was a bunch of the Dell updates such as firmware and drivers and things like that. So that took about 2 hours after I opened the box and turned it on.
2 hours later.
The device also comes with a bunch of software that's installed, like McAfee and some other that you're basically going to uninstall. And it's kind of one of those things where when you buy a Dell, you expect it, but it's a little bit annoying. And when you buy a device like the Surface Pro, it has a very base Windows install. There's still some things that are built into Windows that you're going to want to uninstall even on a Surface Pro, but this goes a little bit further with a bunch of Dell customization software and McAfee antivirus and things like that that are really unnecessary and you're going to install. So that's a further convenience on top of spending 2 hours updating it and setting it up. And now for the big one, the reason why I immediately knew I was returning this. So right out of the box, brand new, there are 2 dents on the back of this. And that unfortunately speaks to the quality of Dell and Dell's products. If you look at a device like the Surface Pro, it's made out of magnesium, and magnesium is also a lightweight metal, but it is hard and it is extremely resistant to being dented or anything like that, scratched up. This device has 2 dents, which, yes, happened in the factory. Somebody should have noticed that before this was boxed up and shipped to a customer. But I did go ahead and set up the device because I wanted to play with it, to see if this was something that I actually wanted to keep and would use if I could get it swapped out by Dell. But there's just too many compromises on this device, and I'm going to wait for the Surface Pro 9, which comes out next month in October. I hope you enjoyed my take and my opinions on the brand new Dell XPS 13 2-in-1. This channel, we don't typically talk about tech products, but it was something that I thought I wanted to give a try, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this. If you did, let me know in the comments below, and maybe we'll do some more of this type of content in the future. My channel is more about business and making money, and if those are things you'd love to see, I'd love to have you subscribe and ring the bell notification to get notifications for next time I upload. Thank you for watching, and let me know in the comments below if you plan on buying this device.